Anti-theists or new atheists are not your grandpa's atheists. They've changed tactics and can be really aggressive, especially online. So how do you talk with someone who seems bent on hating you and your beliefs? New atheism is a movement born out of classical atheism. In Christian circles, we can often mistakenly think that it's only Christianity that has strengthened or shifted the defense of its ideology over the years. Atheism has done the same thing, and new atheism is just the latest school of thought for those looking to win the age-old debate versus Christianity. The two ways that new atheism differs from classic atheism are in its conversation style and even the very claim they make.
The torture, the violence, the cruelty, heaven watches this going on with perfect insouciance. And something like 2,000 to 3,000 years ago decides, right, we have to intervene now. What about having somebody tortured to death in an obscure part of the Middle East? That ought to cure it.
A new atheist will typically ask you for proof or evidence of your belief, and then without even listening, reject it. Already they've got us hooked. I tried to answer faithfully, I tried to be thorough and construct a good argument spoken from a position of truth and love, and now I'm just being unceremoniously dismissed? If this happens to you, you might find yourself feeling very emotional. You were really hoping to be taken seriously. You were hoping to be a light to the person asking you a question about the hope that lies within you. Instead, you feel tricked, made to feel a little bit dumb. This is not the best place to carry on the discussion from, but it's just what they were hoping for. If you get angry, you get flustered. If you get flustered, your arguments appear weak, and they'll go ahead and start their victory lap because even though they haven't won any intellectual debate, they've accomplished their real goal of knocking you off your feet. In a desperate attempt, you might ask them, well, what's the proof for atheism? To which a new atheist would reply, I don't have to give you proof. I'm not making a claim. I'm just rejecting your claim. Wow, what a beautifully constructed discussion. A stance without a stance. A place that you can continually attack from, but can never be attacked at. You see, someone claiming to be an atheist used to mean that they actively believed there was no God. Now under new atheism, it means that they just lack belief in God. They don't hold an active belief. They're echoing Christopher Hitchens, who said, now atheism is rejecting that a certain proposition is true, and is not asserting that a certain proposition is false. Tricky wordplay. But is this accurate? Are new atheists really not even making a claim? Because if they're not making a claim to be refuted, then they're just explaining to you what they don't think, which, who cares? You know what else lacks belief in God? Trees, rocks, a piece of bread, buttered on both sides, lightly toasted, cheese in between, maybe pepper jack. And this isn't even a joke. Aaron Ra, famed atheist, actually said that rocks are atheists because they do not believe God exists. It's not that they believe God doesn't exist. It's that they don't believe that God does exist. Not much difference, but enough for them to keep saying, nuh-uh. But if they're wrong, and new atheists are actually making a claim, what do we do with this? Think about it this way. If I called a friend right now and said, I believe I'm being filmed on camera right now, she could say,
I don't believe you.
No, you don't understand. There's a camera in front of me and a whole team of media people. I mean, we've got a script and I heard them say action.
Well, I'm not seeing any evidence you're bringing up. I lack belief in the fact that you're being filmed right now.
Well, what evidence do you have that I'm not being filmed right now?
I'm not saying you're not being filmed. I'm saying I lack belief that you're being filmed.
Either she's presenting her opinion, which seems to be willingly contrary to the evidence and doesn't really matter, or she's making a claim. It is either true or not true that I'm being filmed at this moment. If I claim it's true and someone else claims to disbelieve my claim, then they are believing the opposite claim. There isn't a middle ground on true-false questions, even if we don't know the answers ourselves. Even though they've made it their mission to tear your faith down by tearing you down by using these two tactics, we've got to remember, we have one true enemy and he has blinded a lot of people. They will outright lie to build you into something you're not just so they can tear you down. To these people who rage against you and seem angry at a God they claim they don't even believe exists, God has some choice words. For although they knew God, they did not honor him as God or give thanks to him, but they became futile in their thinking and their foolish hearts were darkened. You need to know your stuff and be strong enough in your understanding of things to not let yourself get torn down. But you've still got to love them. Jesus Christ spoke some final words to his apostles saying, "If the world hates you, know that it hated me first." And his response to us is this: blessed are you, so bless them. Thanks for watching Magnified. If you found our content helpful, make sure you subscribe to our channel so you don't miss an episode. We appreciate your support.